Nice. That should be that done.
Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to JPTV, and welcome to a brand new season of PSGL F2. And I have not streamed an F2 race since season 18, and I know I really enjoyed it back then, so I'm glad to be back streaming this league tonight. Um, but I think it's fair to say, for one reason or another, that F2, even though it's had some quick drivers in the league, has not always had the numbers to make it as good as it could potentially be. But hopefully, this is the season where things are going to change, and hopefully, F2 should be a great league to carry on watching this season. Um, but with me in the commentary box tonight is Hulkenberger. We just call him Hulk because it's easier. Hulk, welcome to the stream. Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I am. It should be a fun race. Lots of very quick drivers here. Lots of people who are a tad on the aggressive side, let's say. So yeah, it should make for an entertaining race.
Yeah, definitely. And as I was saying there previously, about F2 has always suffered from the number side of things. And what do you think that is? Is it just because maybe because the way it's been run, or do you think being in the shadow of the F1 counterparts is a bit too much for some of the drivers?
It's all had various issues, really. I mean, the day it's been on, for one thing, it's changed a fair bit. This is the third time it's changed in about 3 seasons. So hopefully it can stay where it is at the moment. And also, yeah, you're right, the way it's been run on the admin side of things hasn't always been the best. But I think this time we've got some good names here who know what they're doing. They've got their heads screwed on, so it should be a very good season for F2. I think probably the best we've had in a while.
Yeah, and you've got 17 people in the lobby. So that's obviously a great start to the opening race. That's very encouraging for the rest of the season. I don't know if I've got time to go through the grid fully in a minute, but I can go through it a little bit. Tom AJ, F6 champion from last season. Sorry, F5 champion. That's going to take a bit of getting used to. And also we got Frome, who was the F3 champion from last season, along with Iran, F4 champion. So there's three champions in this league alone. So it should be very entertaining. And there's some familiar names as well, such as Greeny and Baker's Hellboy. You may know from the F1 grid. So as I said, I previously streamed F2 in season 18, and the last race I streamed was an infamous one where Lickle was crowned F2 champion, only to be taken away from him a week later after a steward's inquiry. And now he's back in after spending 2 seasons in F1. He's back in F2 to try and, well, I mean, he already know he had some great results in F1. Had a couple of podiums, and he was very quick in there. It was deemed that he was a bit too aggressive in that league, and yeah, so he's been put in F2 to maybe try and home his racecraft a little bit more. Um, but 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 Hull, obviously, an experienced driver like yourself who's got a bit more mature and wiser head on the shoulders. And what would you be thinking if you were in Lickle's shoes right now? I mean, I know Lickle very well, and we're good friends, and but I know he's not happy being in this league. He feels he wants to be in F1, but feels he should be in F1. But how would you approach this season? Is it should he just get his head down and get on with it, or do you think that he's going to let his head get away from him a little bit?
No, I think it's a great opportunity for him, to be honest with you. I mean, in F1 he was okay. But he was never challenging for wins or what have you. And yeah, if he's unhappy to be in this league, and that's good. He should be if he wants to be in F1. But he's got an opportunity here to put the performances in, challenge for the title and win it, and that could be his key to F1 if his racing and attitude is up to standard. So yeah, he just has to look at it not as a slight against him, just as an opportunity to rebuild his reputation and get back to where he feels he belongs.
Yeah, definitely much so. Any other drivers that catch your eye? Obviously, we see Aaron, who's a three-time F1 champion and a F4 champion. Could he be potentially challenger for a title this season? Do you think?
Uh, I'm not sure if he has the outright pace, but with Ivan, you're not just battling on track, you're also battling uh, with his mind games. He's very good at mind games. He'll be in your ear all the time if you're behind him or ahead of him, just trying to maneuver his way past whatever way he can. But I'm not sure if he'll be looking to actually win uh, this division. I'm not sure if he's got the pace for that, but there's a few drivers in here who I'm quite interested in seeing how they fare. Tusmas, for example, he's coming back after a bit of a hiatus. He first arrived here in F1 2015. He was very fast, but couldn't quite get the hang of F2 as it was then. It's now F1. But he's back in F2 now, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he can do. He's also known as quite an aggressive driver, along with others like Bakers. He's also quite a historic name here. So yeah, it should be good to watch all these young drivers up against some rather experienced talent as well.
Yeah, great stuff. So it's a traditional start to the real life F1 calendar for us tonight. It's in Australia, and we've had 6 races so far this week. Well, we did last week. Only one session in the whole of those races, so chances are we're not going to see any rain tonight. So just in case you're new to the F1 2018 format, 18-minute qualifying session, as you can see on the left-hand side there. So hopefully there won't be any restarts for any reason, because that obviously does take slightly longer compared to the last game. But it's definitely better for the drivers. They have a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A bit
Leeway.
more, yes, in their strategies. Thank you, Hulk. So yeah, should be very interesting. Strategies, Hulk. Probably a one-stop, you would think, from maybe ultras to softs.
Yeah, it's a very well, that's easy is the right word, but it's a relatively comfortable one stop compared to the rest of the calendar. You can do a two stop with two ultras and a super soft, but it's not really fast enough to really make up the time that you lose from doing the extra pit stop, and you'll also be stuck behind traffic, and it's not very easy to overtake here. Some people may be trying to qualify in the supers, because it is, in theory, a quicker strategy to go from the supers to the softs, but I'm thinking most people will go for the ultras to soft strategy.
Yeah, I'll just say, it was very interesting to see a race last night in the F3 Championship where the pole time was set on soft tyres, but the guy who qualified in 5th place on the super soft tyres actually overtook the rest of the field with 4 people in front of him before the guys made their pit stop. So he has some strong pace on the super soft tyres before everyone pitted. So I don't know if anyone who watched that race last night and maybe taking some ideas from it. We won't know. But King Mick is the first one who's going to be setting a quick time. So yeah, he's in sector 2 now, and as you see, actually Mega Minecraft's just gone past him, so you're going to go on board with him a little bit. But turns 11 and 12 has claimed some victims so far this week. I mean, this track is a graveyard for F1 cars in a lot of races this week. So, wonder what's going to happen tonight. I'll try and commentate over a lap. I'm not used to doing this, but I'll do my best. As Lego Minecraft goes down the pitch, the main straight, DRS wide open, and he comes down to turn 1 now. Yeah, he hits his curves nicely. Slightly wide there on the entry, but a good exit though. And he heads down to turn 2. He'll try and cut this corner a little bit. Oh no, he's missed the apex there. He's going to lose time, but it still looks okay. His apex is there nicely. Might have gone slightly wide. Yeah, it's not going to. It's a bit scrappy, I've got to say. And he's got some traffic in front of him, but he looks reasonable. But I think it's going to be pole. And they've got a Red Bull, hopefully, of Hellboy gets out of the way very nicely. The other flag in sector 1, but I'm staying ball with Lego Minecraft just for the time being. And we get through sector, get through turn 11 and 12 unscathed. It's claimed some experienced drivers this week, especially in. Oh yeah, he's gone wide already. He's carrying on, but lap pretty much over. I'm surprised it's not been invalidated, to be honest.
It has been invalidated in crash.
And he's lost it.
He's done well not to lose his players there.
Oh no!
And the Red Bull's been able to avoid. No, he hasn't avoided. He's out.
Oh no! Disaster. I tell you what, Hulk. It happened to me in FP on Tuesday night. Ghosting is terrible on this, and look what goes fastest. The ghosting is so unpredictable on this game. Yeah. Oh my God! It's been a massive crash between Oliver Vell and TT Pro in terms of 11 or 12.
Yeah. Controversy very early on in F2 here, as people aren't able to not make contact with each other even in qualifying. I'm not entirely certain what went on between Ollie and G3G4, but whatever it is, it's not going to go well for them in the race now. They're starting very far back.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to go on board with Tom AJ at 91 in a minute. I'm just going to do Tom. Yeah, F5 champion from last season, so he's locked up there a little bit. He likes to pride himself on being a no assist user, but I mean that's not going to mean anything to the rest of them. But he looks like a lot better lap than the last one. As Oden's, there's Marquez is going to go Oden because that's how everyone knows him by. He's gone pole provisionally for a 120. Last night's pole in F2 was a 199, so considering the F2 drivers we're going to want to hit that, I would say. But anyway, Tom, I'm staying on board with him in a minute. Can he get through turn 11 and 12? Cut that a little bit, but yeah, looks pretty tidy so far.
Yeah, he does. He is the F5 champion, but I think he's invalidated the lap.
Yeah.
So this house.
Yeah, unfortunately, every lap I've been on so far looks like it's been an invalidation. He was prone to. He's on a hot lap. Yeah, it's so easy to invalidate it on that turn 11 and 12. You can cut the corner. It was very inviting for him to do, but yeah, but it looks like he's carrying on. And there he goes, not set at the time yet, as we already had 6 minutes of a session. That 6 minutes has flown by. And he comes on the last corner now. And what can the F3 champion from last season do? He heads up to the line. Oh, he slowed down. Oh no, he did cross the line, but he slowed down a bit prematurely. He's done a 129. He's done P2, so that's a good lap from Croton there. Let's see if I can go on board with anyone else. Hellboy, he's another F1 reject, shall we say. A bit harsh maybe to say that, but yeah, he's not in F1 anymore, and he's in the F2 league, and yeah,
don't think he's on a fast lap. He didn't open the DRS there, so I'm assuming this is just his out lap.
Yeah, I'm not having the best of luck picking up laps, to be honest. Tushmas, what's he doing?
I think he just started a lap.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to stay on board with this for the time being. I'm not going to commentate over every lap, because I'll lose my breath, but I'll just give you a brief rundown, but it looks... Yeah, it's missing the apexes there slightly, but it looks like an okay start to sector 1.
Yeah, I think what it is a lot of people are terrified of the curbs on this game, and it's can't really blame them for that, especially if they're
No.
running fairly low ride height. The curbs can split you out into the barrier.
Yeah, definitely much so. You've already seen that tonight as turns 11, 12 already claimed 2 victims. But as 10 minutes has gone already, and Oden still divisional pole with a 123. Tuzma's veteran of PSGL. What can he do now as he comes through sector 2, taking a turn nicely there in the Williams. I don't like I mean, the halo is annoying to us as commentators, as streamers, because you can't see any wing damage, but
Can't see any helmets either. Really.
no, it is unfortunate.
People are making fancy helmets and you can't see them because there's a big piece of metal in there.
Yeah. And P5, so that's a decent lap there from the Williams driver.
And super soft tyres as well. So.
Oh yeah, I haven't done that. Yeah, so yeah, that's and Francis has done a lap on the super soft tyres and pushing P2 at the minute. So he's in good position as it stands. But everyone pretty much coming to the pits now, and they're looking to do their second runs. But likes of Lambo going pole there for 122. So the track is probably getting quicker
as well.
Oh, let's go on board with him.
This looks like it could be quick. I'm not sure. Is it going to be in the 19s? Not quite. Oh, he's just stopped.
Yeah, still at PA. I'm not sure why they do that, but look, yeah, he's done a 1:19.7. Yeah, so yeah, I think track evolution maybe is making these lap times going quicker. So yeah, the first driver to get in the 1:19s in the Haas. So Lickle laying down an early marker here in his qualifying session.
Now, we haven't seen any of the old F4 drivers on the grid as of yet. I think Josh has just came out and started the lap, but Evan stayed in the pits.
Yes, strange strategy again. Maybe they're only going to do the one run. There's still plenty of time to go. As Odem's, he's on a quick lap now. Let's see what he can do. It looks very neat and tied at the minute in the Renault. A yellow flag in sector 3, but I imagine that's turn 11 and 12. Maybe we'll pick it up as he's staying forward with Odem's.
Just about to see him go through those infamous corners. Is he going to crash?
No,
he's getting rather well.
So I think someone might just spun, not moving, crashing or anything. But yeah, he looks very neat.
Yeah, just has to navigate through the last two corners now. And he's looking to be good time. He's got it very neat and tidy. And goes along and slightly wide. And yet at the final corner, but will this be in the 119s? It is. It's a 119.5 to go provisional pole position with just over 7 minutes remaining in this session.
Yeah, very good lap from Odem's there. See what else can pick up Void. You just start like that with yellow flag and sector 1.
I think a lot of these yellow flags will just be for people who are going slower and out lap. Won't necessarily pass anything.
Yeah, it's that kind of stage of the qualifying at the minute. Yeah.
Hellboy jumps up to P4, the 120.5. He's full second down on the provisional pole position time though, so a fair bit of spread between pole time and the rest of the field.
Yeah, so last night we saw definitely grid quite close together, but yeah, Hellboy and P4 are a second away from pole time. So it could be two different classes in this league. Maybe just for this track maybe. But who else can I pick up? I think VSI Francis on the pick that. That might help me. Yes, he is on a quick lap. And he's got some traffic though. He's got Red Bull in front of him. Oh, and he's done
traffic.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll throw you right off, and he's lucky not going into the walls. He ran very wide in the exit there.
But Frome is on a quick lap. Currently inside the top 10. I think he'd be happy with that if he stays there. Qualified on the Supersofts as well. And he stayed on the Supersofts for his second run. I still too hard to do another run really. There's still 5 minutes left.
I think the first lap was done on Ultras, and he's done the second on the Supers.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, maybe he has, yeah.
He's backed off a fair bit now. I'm not sure if he's going for another one. I think he is.
That's unfortunate. Boy with no face, he qualified in 10th place. I missed that. And Aaron's come out now, so he is going to do a lap. But he's still in ball with Frome for the time being. Seems that everyone's gone back into the pits. So yeah, usually on the old game, traditionally it was just 2 runs of doing 1 lap each. But this gives you the extra time now, gives you more scope to get another run in. But if you do that, you are going to use more tyres, I suppose, but it's one of those.
It's a one stop anyway though, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference.
No, I suppose not.
Yeah, and Swarm is a fair bit down on his, what I presume is his original time. It said 7/10, that might be for the ball racing time, I'm not quite certain. But
yeah, it doesn't look a fantastic lap from Frome, to be honest, but we'll stay on board anyway. I think in a minute, as soon as we see Frome crossing has gone back to pits, we're going to have to pick up the F4 champion, one of the most experienced drivers on the grid, Aaron, and he's coming up to start his lap.
I don't think one of, I think he is the most experienced driver on the grid at this point.
That's very true. Yellow flag in sector 2, but I'm going to ignore that for the time being. As Aaron in the new Sauber Alfa Romeo. And let's see what he can do. He's decided to put on the ultra soft tyres, so find the quickest tyre. And it looks okay so far. I don't know if Aaron was like myself, he used all of the assists last season. He used medium traction and ABS.
Automatic gears.
Automatic gears. I don't know if he's decided to go to manual or not. He was talking about it, but whether he's quick enough to do it or not, yeah, I don't know. But we'll have to ask him at some point. But he's coming to traffic, but he gets it away nicely. But he's won 3 F1 titles with those assists, so just proves you don't have to switch your assists off to be quick at the game. But anyway, coming through sector 2 now. We've gone through sector 2 now. So yeah, he's come up to the last corners of the circuit, and it looks a decent lap from Aaron. And as we said, it might not be pole, but it'll be decent nonetheless.
We'll see what it is. He heads towards the line now. It's not going to be as far as he was used to with F4. It's P12.
P12, yeah. So Aaron is going to have to work hard to get inside the top 10. It looks like he's carrying on for another lap. Let's see if I can see. I might go and board with Lickle for him.
He doesn't have enough ERS for another lap. I think he might have to have
a Lickle's gone pole. Lickle's gone pole, 1:19.3.
He has, but he's missed that.
No, I caught it right at the end of it. Yeah, EIS management is a definitely, we haven't talked about that, EIS management is definitely a thing for this season. How do you approach it when you're doing your qualifying lap?
Well, I know strategically it's better to try and micromanage it as much as possible, to maximise the amount of EIS you can use on the straights, but I find that too much of a pain to do personally, so I just leave it in hot lap. I know it's not the quickest way around, but it's too much effort to be fiddling on with the RS as you're going through the corners.
And do you find are you a pad user or a wheel
Yeah,
user?
I am.
Pad.
You still use a controller, so
Yeah. Like a Minecraft tired, so oh my god, that Aerodem's nearly collected the car there and the man who avoided it. Oh, he's slowed down, I think. Tom AJ Knight qualified in fifth place. I missed that, so he's decent. That stick with the voids in a minute. He comes through 10. I think that might be that's an elevation, but he's not going to get another lap in either. Um,
yeah, but it is indeed in validated laps. This won't count. He's gone mind anyway, and he's crashed. So
yeah, the time has ended. So these are the last laps of people. I think who is on a lap? It's going to have to be Bakers, I think, will be next one to cross the line. Yeah,
yeah, I'm
so
not sure how his time currently compares to his others. Have a look. He is slightly up, I believe, about 10 up at the moment, so it's a good final sector if he wants to improve in terms of position.
yeah, and he's another driver who's been in F1 League previously, so looking to restart his career as he's been in hiatus. It was in F3 for a couple of races last season, but not for very long. But as he comes to the finishing line now, can improve on his position. Goes P5, so he'll be happy with that. I think Josh, aka Boy, oh he's already pitted and finished. That is a grid. Oh, right, Aaron's not correct. That
He's
is
not
the
in a lap.
grid. That is the grid, ladies and gentlemen. For the first race of the season, first qualified season, I should say. Nickel takes the next pole from by 2 tenths of a second from Odens. Lambo in third, Green in fourth, Baker's fifth, and AMK promoted from F3 last season in sixth place. Tom, the teammate, P7. That's Hellboy, Boyd, Joseph Francis and Rome in 11th place. We've got Tusmus, Josh Boyd in their face, Aaron, Lady Minecraft, teammate Ollie Pavel, and TG Pro didn't set a time. So,
Yep, I believe from 15th down, I think they all crashed in qualifying.
yes.
That doesn't fall well for the race with heavy fuel load. It's even easier to crash at the chicane if you take it too aggressively, so it should be an exciting start of the race, let's say.
Yeah, definitely much so. We catch our breath for the time being as we get ready for the start of the race. I've got a bottle of rider next to me, so I'm going to swig on that every now and
It's not like Ivan to leave us all waiting.
then. 16 watching this. Oh, that's Ritter streaming as well. That's gives
Don't,
me
don't mind. Don't mind. No. Yeah, we're finally finished with qualifying after a solid 25 minutes or so with Ivan's leisurely drive toward the pits. Yeah, and you see two drivers in the top 10 who were qualified in super soft, so they're going for the ultimate strategy, and it should be interesting to see whether it pays off for them. You said it did in F3 yesterday. Will it be the same situation in F2 today?
Yeah, definitely. That driver, I must say, had some great pace at the start, but maybe super soft tyres better race tyre around here. Who knows? We're going to find that very shortly, and I've got a little bit used to it now. As I've streamed race now. Last night is the formation lap. It's looking very cloudy, So where we're not going to see some rain, I don't like knowing the weather before the race, and I haven't seen anyone telling me in the stream, so I'm kind of trying to avoid that. But yeah, looking a bit cloudy. But oh, my TV's about to turn off. Can't let that happen. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, formation lap is a thing for F1 20. And if you joined on F1 2017, you would have never done a formation lap in PSGL. Um, how do you approach it? How do you actually use it to warm up the tires, or do you just drive a formation lap and not worry about anything? I don't know how much difference it makes in this game.
Um, I'm not entirely certain. From like limited practice with it, it looks like it might have a tiny bit of impact, but I couldn't really say for sure. Um, so you can use it to play a few man games if you want to. If you're relatively far back in the grid, you can hold it up a fair bit and just have the leaders waiting on the grid a long time. Um, it's always quite fun to do. I mean, yesterday in F4 we had a racing flying lap, so I just held back and let the leaders get on with it. So it depends.
Excuse me.
I don't really think you need to warm up the tyres too much. I don't really think it makes a great deal of impacts, but it's a nice feature to have, I suppose, just for calming you down before the race start, rather than just getting straight into it.
Strangely enough, Odems has driven off into the sunset on this formation lap, but he's slowed down now. But yeah, as you can see, a few people get disqualified in the formation lap. It's very easy to run into the back of someone. You don't know where you're going to brake or when you're going to start wheeling, or they just not taking it seriously. You never know. But yeah, 3 people have got disqualified already.
Yeah, thankfully it doesn't really make that much of a difference in terms of the race, but yeah, I'm not entirely certain what the main battle is going to be here, whether Little Blocks can just build a gap in the first stint before the super soft tyres become too green, and Rini of course is in a prime position to take advantage of that when they do.
I think that could be the battle to watch out for in Little versus Odems. I think that could be the battle of the race. Would it be fair to say that Lug Soft runners are going to come in around about lap 7 sort of time?
Well, yes, I think lap 8 or 9, maybe even lap 10, if you're going for a one stop. Lap 7 means your soft tyres do wear out a fair bit towards the end. I mean, it's not impossible at all, but I think the best strategy is to go about lap 8 or 9 for a one stop.
Yeah. So drivers lining up on the grid, although some of them are already there.
Yeah, let's see, will it be a clean start? I'm about to find out. Will there be any lap 1 incidents, crashes at T12?
Oh, I've got a terrible camera angle. I need to get away from this somehow. There we go, that's a better one. And it's 4, 5. And let's go for the very first race of the PSGL F2 season. And Nichols got a decent start, but Odems is right behind it, right next to him already. And I think Odems might take the lead into turn 1. It's very aggressive, and Nichols goes on the grass. He's going to lose position to Lambo. So it's a terrible start from the Haas driver, and it looks like in the background people got away fairly well, and Nichols dropping down to 4th place now as he gets overtaken by the Red Bull, but he's trying to get that place back. The Red Bull a bit pushed slightly wide there, so Nichols using that aggression. Oh, how is it not contact? But it's a great start from Odems and Lambo for P1 and P2. Hellboy in P4 now, and yeah, that was the battle between the Lickle and Hellboy we saw. But so the yellow flag is set to 2. I can't quite see what's going on.
That's Ollie Pavel who's had a spin.
Oh no! Yeah, he's recovered.
and Ivan and Tuzma have dropped to the back of the grid as well. I'm not entirely sure what happened between them, whether either of them have any damage. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Yeah,
No,
bad start from Liverpool there, losing 2 positions off the line. It was a very aggressive move from Odems into turn 1 there, pushing him right onto the grass. I'm sure Liverpool will have a few things to say about that, but now he's got to get his head down and recover those positions as soon as possible.
yes, definitely. It looked like, as we see McLaren going a bit wide there, it looked like a fairly clean start in the midfield, but 1 or 2 drivers having problems. As we got a hash in the McLaren sandwich of voids there. So yeah, and Odems 8 tenths in front of Lambert already. So it's still looking very cloudy out there. But we'll ignore the weather for the time being.
Two Force Indias are battling behind as Francis on the super soft gets in front of Lego Minecraft, who's on the soft tyre.
Yeah, and Greeny's had an okay start. He's on the highest run on super soft tyres in P6. So, yeah, Francis hitting that wall hard there as he came out of that corner, but it looks like he's got away unscathed, I believe. But yeah, it wasn't Francis, sorry, it was Lego Minecraft, I believe.
And the McLaren going for you there. I'm not sure if he hit the wall or something. Or have lost it after the exit of turn 12, but he's just lost 2 positions to both of the Force Indies.
Yes, he has. Yes, AMK. And Oliver Vell has retired. He had real issues before the start of the race, and that's contributed towards that. But that's the first time on lap 2. Oh, sorry, yeah, lap 2 it was. DRS has been enabled. Ollie has left the session, but luckily that does not cause a slipstream glitch in this game. So that's great for us. But let's go back at the top now as Little trying to recover now. 3 attempts away from Lambo, and he looks to be hunting that Toro Rosso driver down. Where do you think is the best overtaking opportunities on this track? It is a street track, so there's not many, but
well,
go on.
I think if you can get a good exit at the F2 turn 12 with the DRS that you do have on this game for the first time ever, then you should be able to have a good look down to turn 14. But he's going to have a look at the inside of the chicane there, didn't quite manage it. He's going to have DRS here. You get a better exit than the Toro Rosso. I think he does. He's going to have a look around. He's far too far back at the moment. He's going to have to wait for the pit strip here. I think the best overtaking places isn't into turn 1. I think turn 3 and turn 14 is probably the best place in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And Bakers and Hellboy very close together on track in a minute. So top 6 quite close together. And Tom's been left a little bit. But yeah, Bakers and Hellboy very close together as Baker's Life looks to move down into turn 2. Oh, a bit aggressive, there's contact, a little bit of wheel banging, and there's more wheel banging. And Hellboy aggressive defending there, but I think it was okay there. I mean, it was a bit clumsy by both drivers, but oh my god, Baker's having to slam on the brakes there.
I think it's when he hits the tap there with a very aggressive offensive move by Bakers, and Hellboy just saying, well, if you give it to me, I'm going to give it back to you, and pushing them wide at turn 4.
Yeah, and that battling as Bakers drops off a little bit. That battling has they've dropped away from Lickle now. As Lickle has got past Lambo. I just got the end of that as Lickle goes into second place. Yeah, he's been slightly wide on the exit, a bit scruffy, but he's got that P2 nailed out as he looks down to close down on Odems in P1. He's 1.5 seconds up the road, so he's out of DRS range, but Lambo has got DRS, where we can close in on Nickel. Closed in all the time, but is it going to be enough? No, it's not. So Hellboy's stretched away from Bakers now. And Greeny, the first penalty of the race, the standard 3-second time barrier. I'm sure we're going to see either of those in this race. See any more battles on track. Void is closing the back of Tom now.
He has Tom, F5 champion, I believe.
Yeah.
Saying that, so in F2, he was quite surprised to be placed there, but he's holding his own at the moment in P7. Had a decent qualifying as well. I don't know much about Void, I have to say. It'll be interesting to see whether Tom can defend. It doesn't look like he has the opening pace over Void at the moment.
No, but Throne not far away from that battle either, and he looks to be defending the A and K as well. So the midfield are quite close together, all the way from Tom probably down to King Mick and P13. They're very close together actually. So the midfield is where it's happening at the minute. But we're going to keep. I will keep an eye.
Carbon fibre spewing across the track there. I didn't quite see what caused that, but there might be someone diving into the pits.
Yes, it is Voids. Oh, the Force Indians. No, sorry, we got Francis on. I can't see who it is. I think they were trying to overtake. It was Frame was trying to overtake. Or Frame got past them. I just lost it where I was now. Yeah, Frame got past Francis. The Frame in P8. AMK trying to do the same now, running outside. Oh, contact, but and then there's a Toro Rosso there trying to capitalise on the situation. So yeah, oh no, and Francis going wide on the grass, which we're going to allow River Cloud and the Toro Rosso driving through.
I think after 6 laps we're seeing who can manage the higher temperatures the best, and it doesn't look like VFR Francis is able to do so at the moment. Lap 6 on those super soft tyres, very much struggling at the moment. I think he's overheated those tyres, he's going to have to try and cool them down or come into the pits.
Yeah, definitely time management is a new feature on this game, and it's caught a lot of people out so far. But and he's having massive trouble, and King Nick is going to try and go around the outside. Should be easy to get through there. Francis losing positions. Well, I don't know whether he's going to pit or not. I think he's on the super soft tyres though, so it's not shouldn't be tyre wear, just tyre management. Then he's got tyres are too hot.
Temperatures. Yeah. And, the internal part, this has gone above the crucial, I think 104, 105 degrees, and he's oversteering out of every single corner, struggling to control the car.
Yeah, boy, no face has got past him now, so he's lost 5 positions in about half a lap. Oh, and he's oh no! He's collided with Aaron, but Aaron's got away with it. I thought I was going to be a retirement level when he's one of those drivers. But Aaron, he's up into P13 now.
If you look back up at the front, Lickle is caught up to Odems again.
So Lickle trying to recover from his poor start to the race. But he's definitely on form now, and he looks to close in on Odems. Oh, Odem's gone slightly wide, and Nickel takes the lead of the race. Takes the lead of the race. So yes, great move from Nickel there. He's moving to P1 on lap 7.
You can definitely see him like the quickest car on the grid at the moment. He's had a poor start, but managed to recover, and now he's in the lead. Closely coming up to when people will be pitting, and indeed Nickel does pit, followed by Odems.
So Lambo takes the lead of the race. I'm going to see what tyres they go on to. Seems pretty obvious there will be soft tyres, but I'll just double check. Yes it is, as does Odems. But so Lambo got a 2.2 second lead now from Greeny on the soft tyres, was in P2, and then Tom in P3. He's going to be a bit chuffed with that, although it is. Oh no, and Francis. I thought it was going to be a matter of time. He has retired. Let's see if I can see where it was as mine crashed. It must be turn. I can't quite see where it is. It must be in the main straight.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway. It's Chrome now. closing in on Tom now for a battle for the final podium position. As Frame is on the super soft tyres versus Tom on the ultra softs. All the time going slightly wider, and this should be a piece of cake for Frame to get through as he moves into third place. So yeah, Frame capitalising on that mistake there from Tom.
Yeah, he's doing a solid job on those super soft tyres. I'm not sure whether he'll be quicker than the soft runners at the moment, but he still has a few laps to go before he has to pit, I think.
As Tom pits. So both Ferraris are on the super soft tyres, so gone for a different strategy. As Lambo, Lambo pitted, yes, and he's come out ahead of. Oh no, he's come out of pits now. So he comes out in P12. So
he's a fair amount of traffic as well.
Yes, he has.
Is he going to get overtaken by Baker's around the outside of turn 1? Yes, he is. There's another position lost. He's going to try and fight for his position. It could be crucial if he gets past him. Yeah, Baker's just shuts the door there. Not much he can really do to stop that. And he's down in P13 now.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Look at Odin, P8 and P9.
Yeah, I'm very close to each other.
Yes, they are. It's Oden's. And maybe he's just quicker at this stage of the race. If he can get a good exit on turn 11, doesn't say Licker had a much better exit there, and Licker just pulled away. Licker seems a lot more confident than Oden through those two corners, and that's what how he got past Oden the first time. But yeah, the two Ferraris now in the lead of the race, pretty much like real life F1 at Australia. But yeah, so Greeny 4 seconds lead from his teammate, but TT Pro is closing in on Frame, and he's another super soft runner. So super softs runners aren't doing too bad. They will have to pit at some point, probably another 2-3 laps. Until they've got to pit again, or pit for the first time. But King Mick on the soft tyres in P4, so he's having a decent race, capitalising on other people's misfortunes. He's going to be going on in this race, and Aaron in P6 trying to get a recovery drive from his poor qualifying position. Had a bit of an incident in the first lap, found himself at the back of the grid, but looks like he's doing okay now. But look all. Yep,
just trying to catch up to his former F4 compatriot, Josh. He's in P5. There's not really a whole lot going on at the moment. I'm just waiting for the pit stop to sort themselves out, and Flying Foam comes into the pits in P2.
Yeah, I thought it might have gone like slightly longer than that, but no, he's trying to get an undercut somewhere. He goes into the soft tyres. Ewan pits as well from the P6. He's going to go on to a set of softs. Oh, yeah, it is a set of softs. It was changing there for a minute. But yeah, as it comes to this bit of a lull now in the race, where the pit stops have kind of stopped with the battles. But Bakers and Lambo, well, Hellboy, Bakers and Lambo are very close together, so I don't go on board with that for the minute. This is battle for P7. Bakers picks up a 3-second time penalty. Good to see that Bakers seems to have a bit more stable internet. He was one of those drivers who notoriously lagged in the last season, but he looks like he's doing okay at the minute as he's closing in on Hellboy now. This is a resumption of the battle they had before the pit stops, I believe.
Yep, and yeah, he's not going to get the move done down to this corner, but maybe down the pit straight. It does look like the quicker car at the moment. He is on super soft tyres, whereas Hellboy is on the the soft tyres, so they're on differing strategies, but Vegas will be looking to get past as soon as possible so he can build a bit of a gap, especially as PPG Lambo is just behind him right now and doesn't really want to concede a position to him, even though PPG Lambo has already pit and they're not really competing against each other.
So Baker's going for an alternate strategy. He's going to have to stop again, I think. He will do. But it looks like going around the outside of Hellboy now. But no, he can't get that move done or contact. But looks like they've got away unscathed again. So yeah, very lucky. But these drivers have made contact a series, a few amount of times now, and they got away unscathed. Lucky for them. But Lambo at the back of them now is going to try and capitalise on any sort of mistake they might make.
Yep, and Flying Clones had a bit of an incident. He's got to come into the pits again to change his front wing. It's a bit unfortunate for him.
He also unfortunate.
Couldn't stay on the soft tyres, so he's had to change to the ultra soft, which has completely ruined his race.
Yeah, that's a shame from the F3 champion there. But you never know. A safety car might come out and might bring him back into this race. You never know. But this is the battle that we will be watching. It's the only battle on track, really. I mean, it is it's still pretty spread out for the time being. But so we're staying board with this one. So I expect Bakers will come. Oh, they go very wide at turn 1 as well. Bakers will probably come in a lap about 18-19 for his second pit stop, I would imagine.
Yeah, but Bakers is going to struggle to get past because as long as he keeps his ERS at such a low level, he's only got 19%, so he can't really use it in order to overtake.
Yeah. Void and Greeny are very close together, so I might just switch to that for a second, just to see another battle. Greeny just pitted for a set of soft tyres, and he's right behind Void now on 7 laps of the tyres. I quite like that. It tells you the amount of laps they've done on the tyres. As Greeny goes and looks inside turn 10, and that is a ambitious manoeuvre, but he's got it done. I don't say Hulk, but it takes a lot of bravery to make a move there.
Bravery, stupidity, nothing. He could have waited and done the same move, but
there's a fine line.
Yeah, and if it works, it's brave. If it doesn't work, it's stupid. And I suppose it worked this time, but it was a it was a ballsy move, let's say, and he's now on those fresher tyres, going to try and catch up to Lambo and P6, which I think after all the pit stops might have him out into a podium position.
Yes, Void's losing that position now to CGT Pro, as Tom is looking to make a move as a yellow flag in sector 1. Tom looking to make a move past Voids as well, but can't get it done yet. Baker still hasn't got past Hellboy, unfortunately. So for him, he needs to get past Hellboy as soon as he can to make his strategy work, but having very much difficulty at the minute, as Void and Tom got past Pro, but I missed that. So Pro also had an incident and he's lost 2 positions. As Tom looks going outside.
He backed out of that. That was a smart decision. I don't think that Void was going to relent against as he did against Greeny. Is he going to have a look at the inside here? Couldn't quite do it, but maybe down the pit straight. Void's not looking very comfortable on those soft tyres at the moment. He did pit very early for them, I think, so he might have to pit again towards the end of the race.
And Tom's teammate AMK is retired from this race, so we've lost another. Tom looking to go down into side turn 1 now. Yes, this is a great move, but Voids might try and come back at him. Depends on the exit. He got DRS and Lego. Lego Minecraft retired. I'm just going to board this one at a time. As Voids tries to go around the outside, gets slightly wide, and the Toro Rosso is going to try and capitalise, but can't get it done. So Voids has kept at P9 for the time being, but he's under a lot of pressure. He may be struggling on those tyres a little bit, as he's done 9 laps on those. And he goes wide, and he gets past him. So yeah, good stuff there from the McLaren and the Toro Rosso driver. Void's struggling at this stage of the race. Unfortunately, I missed the 2 incidents with AMK and Lego Minecraft. They are gone. So down to 14 runners. And King Mick has taken the lead through this race. I missed that, but he started on those soft tyres. He's done pretty much half the race, well, over half the race on them, and he's going to lose quite a few positions because Lickle and Odems have caught up to the back of him already. Odem's doing pretty well to stick with Lickle. Lickle's not having his own way, but at this stage of the race, Hulk over halfway through, the winner, it looks like it's going to be between one of these two, Lickle and Odems.
Yeah, Lickle looks quite comfortable at the moment. Odem isn't really threatening, even though he's at a relatively close distance. But if King Nick makes it quite difficult to get past, then I could bring Odems back into it. And Lickle is looking for an ambitious move around the outside there. He's not going to find access. He's going to have a look up the inside into the chicane. So again, quite dangerous. But yeah, he pulls it off. I think King Nick backed out of that quite wisely. And he's just spun into the wall of King Nick. I think that's another retirement.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It didn't look like it hit the wall that hard, to be honest. But I think just maybe unsettled by Lickle making a move on him there. Probably might not have expected it. It's unfortunate. He's doing well.
I think we only have 13 runners left in the race now. It won't be long before everyone who finishes will score points.
I think that's what Lickle did there is probably that's probably why he's not in F1 anymore. It was just too aggressive, really, to make a move there. I think
there wasn't any contact.
No, it wasn't contact.
He did put Mick into a position where he'd have to back out or obviously crash, and in the end he crashed anyway.
Yeah, unfortunate, but yeah. So Lickle has taken the lead of this race now. He's still got Odem's Risby behind him, but Lickle, as Hulk said, looks quite comfortable. So the sky's brightened up, so it doesn't look like we're going to have any rain. So yeah, dry race, and I think everyone has pitted, but Frome and Bakers, although Bakers has pitted now, but Frome looks like he's gonna have to pit again at some point. So yeah, he's gonna need a miracle to get back into the points. But Aaron, we must give a shout out to him in the points now in P10. So after a bad start from the F4 champion, he's recovered well. Benefited from some incidents, but it doesn't matter to him. He can really keep his car on track, and that's what he's done. And he's benefiting from that.
Yeah, and he's going to score more just 1 point, but you never know what could happen. Could be more crashes. He could catch up to Josh in front of him. Josh will get a penalty as well. He's only 1 warning away from a penalty, as he's living, admittedly. So, yeah, it's still not over for Evan. He's definitely had a solid race considering his poor start.
So the battle to look at for the minute is battle for P6. Tom versus TTG Pro. Pro looking to try and go around the outside, but Tom defends that nicely. And we've got Voids still in the background there, but yeah, he's not really on the pace of these two at the minute.
Yeah, and maybe if they keep battling, then Voids could come back into play, but Tom really wasn't given very much room on the for that turn 3 there, but he managed to hold on to the position anyway. Poor does look like a quicker car. He has 3 laps fresher tyres as well, which could come into play later on.
Yeah, definitely, very much so. So the top 2 now, we've got a bit of almost 8.5 second lead from Lambo, who unfortunate pin stop landed into heavy traffic, and but he'd be pleased with a third place, I expect. And Baker's, well, that must be his second 3 second time that he's had, so 6 seconds now. So yeah, doesn't look like he's going to score points in this race, although he's only P11. But his penalties are costing him points in a minute. As Pro losing the DRS, thinks not to go through a move this time. Tom making his McLaren look as wide as he possibly can as Pro gets a little bit on the grass. Going to try and move around the outside.
Very well here, placing the car in exactly the right places, and there's not really a lot that Paul can do to get past at the moment, as long as Tom keeps holding onto that line.
Yeah, Tom's not going to be used to this defending from a good driver. He pretty much F5 last season all his own way for most of the races, so he's got some defending to do. He's only learned to defend how to in this season. As Tusmas retires, so we're down to 12. The PSGL veteran has retired. Unfortunately, we missed that and can't see what happened to him because it won't let us do that anymore. But Tom has quickly mashed it up defending, and making McLaren as wide as he possibly can. I think he's letting Voids catch up a little bit, but Voids still on those 13 lap old tyres, probably not going to make much of a difference. Odems, we're in half a second, or just outside half a second away from Nicole, so.
Yeah, we're having to do some charging of his battery at the moment. We used a lot up to try and attack Nicole as much as possible, but we can quite able to get past, and now he's at risk of being outside of the DRS zone. He really needs to stay in that if he wants to have any chance of winning this race.
Pro, he's went for an outside, he's gone to the inside for turn 3. Tom's good. Slight contact. There's a great battle between the McLaren and the Tom. Tom doesn't want to give us up. But
he might have to now, though.
Yeah, that was great driving from the pair of them there. Luckily, none of them ended up in the wall, but decent and entertaining battle there.
Yeah, it was, and Tom did well to hold it round the outside of turn 4. It was very easy just for the other car to push you off the track, and there's not really a lot you can do against that, but he did well to stay side by side for as long as he did, and now he might have another look back. He had the DRS down this back straight.
Yes, very much so. We can stay in DRS range. He might have a go into turn 1 or turn 2 if he gets his exits right. But still the main battle. But Pro looks like he had a decent exit out of the last corner there. But Tom closing on him, looks gone the outside. I think better of it, maybe he'll have a better run for turn 2. Uses the DRS.
All of the ERS, he's almost run out, and he's trying to look around the outside. Couldn't quite manage it. He's going to try and look around the outside again, and can't quite manage it. He's going to have to back off for a lap or so to recharge his battery, I think.
Yes. Bro, he's got low battery as well, but he doesn't usually. And Tom gets on the grass. Yeah, losing some time there.
Yeah, and that pushed him outside the DRS window, I think, so he's going to struggle with yellow flags in sector 1. I'm not sure what caused that.
No, I didn't see that side. Baker's now battling with Aaron for the final points playing position, but as long as Aaron can stay in that, I'm pretty sure Baker's got 2 3-second time penalties or 6 seconds. Aaron stayed within 6 seconds of Baker's. Aaron should stay the points anyway, but Aaron actually driving away. He had a better exit out of turn 9. Afraid was last lap of the race.
Yeah, Aaron is known as a very tough defender, so it might be very difficult for Baker to get past. He's going to try his best. He's not going to dive down the inside there, but everyone's going to make it as difficult as possible. And even with the penalties that Baker's has, everyone will want to hold in that position on track.
Yeah, but he turned our attention now to the lead of the race. And
the 4 gun with the pits as well, I should point out.
Oh right, crikey. Wasn't expecting that. Maybe there was contact between them, I don't know. Seems very odd.
Yeah, it was Baker's had changed his front wing, and because he hit the back of him going into the pits.
Bloody. Sorry, my language out. Odem's has got a bit of a 3-second time penalty. Oh, Lickle having a tank slapper coming out of that corner there. But Odem's has gone for the gravel a little bit. But Odem's cutting that corner at turn 11, sorry, and a bit of a time penalty. But this battle is hotting up now for the last 7 or 8 laps of this race.
Yep, and Woodham's now has 6 seconds worth of penalties, so even if we can get past on track, it's going to be difficult.
Oh,
I
didn't realise he had another 3-second time penalty. That's so Lickle, unless he just keeps it on track, has pretty much got this race in the bag by the looks of it. But I'm sure Lickle won't want to just let Odebs go past him. He'll want to win the race on track as well. So yeah, after Aaron and Bakers have both pitted, looks like even though we're still close together on track, this is the main battle to look out for, I believe.
Aaron's gone for the supers while Baker's gone for the soft, which is the ultras, which is an interesting deviation strategy. I thought with the amount of time remaining, he might as well have gone for the ultras, but Aaron playing it rather conservatively.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, strange strategy for that is, but anyway, still. Oh, and Baker's looking going outside. Contact, pushes in slightly wide there, but yeah, no damage done. But Baker's looked like he's going to have to move down to turn 2. I need to get a better camera, really.
On the outside there, and then have the inside for the next corner, and at that point it's very easy to defend if you're on the inside of turn 4.
Yeah, Aaron, great defending there. Obviously you can tell that he's a multiple champion. But I'm going to go back up to the front for the time being and see what's happening. These guys not far away from lapping the battle between Bakers and Aaron, to be fair, but hopefully they won't get in the way.
You'd expect to be quicker on the faster tires, but you never know.
Yeah. They've lapped Frome now, so Frome probably not used to being lapped in any race. So yeah, he's had an unfortunate race, but he's still there. And anything can happen in the next 5 or 6 laps, and he's picked up a penalty as well. So that's not going to help his cause. But you never know. These two could take each other out, and he might find himself back in the points.
Yeah, and Baker's into the pits again, so I think he's lost a piece of his front wing. He has lost another piece of his front wing. It's his second front wing change in as many laps.
Maybe there was contact we didn't pick up on a camera, and that's why.
That's actually left flying Thorn through, so Thorn's now into 11th place.
Yeah, very much so. And Odem's backed off slightly. Maybe he's recharging his battery to go for another charge in the last few laps.
Yep, although it will take a Herculean effort in order to build the 6-second gap that he needs to win the race outright. Unless he just wants to win it on track for the pride and the prestige of saying, oh, why did beat you on track even with penalties?
Very much so. And then Pro and Tom, even though Tom lost position to Pro, he's still done very well to stick with him. He wants that P6 back. And so yeah, he keeps the pressure on Pro. He might make a mistake, and so Tom doing very well in his debut race in F2 League. I think
he is, and he might actually have a chance here. It looks like Ford is struggling for fuel.
Yeah, actually, Tom had a decent result in the FP race last Tuesday, so that should be encouraging for him as Pro gets a wheel on the grass. I think Tom is looking at the quicker driver at this stage. So he
Yeah, I
will
think he's going to have the DRS down the pit straight and into up towards turn 3 as well. Can he make the move down either of these straights?
I think Pro had a lot better exit coming out that last corner, unfortunately for Tom.
He's always the second straight. I'm not sure. I think he's still too far back this time, but he is sticking with him. He's still 4 laps to go, so he's not over by any stretch of imagination for that battle.
No, definitely not. As Odams are looking to resume their battle once again. It's closed up once again though. So yeah, Nickel just looking a little bit more confident going through turn 11 and 12. But Odam's got DRS now. He's going to try to look through the outside. But Nickel pushes his car into the centre a bit. Yeah, he makes his car look very wide there. As Baker's picks up another time penalty. So Odams is going to have to look down to turns 1 and 2. But Nickel getting a great drive off that last corner there.
Yep, he did, and now Odams has run out of DRS, so he's going to struggle without that extra horsepower. And the second straight, and Nickel's got a good exit as well, so I think he's going to have to wait another lap.
And Odams pitted another time penalty as well, so yeah, Nickel's race to lead really. Tom losing a bit of time to Provet, unfortunately. And I'm sure Odams. Oh, the yellow flag in sector 1 and 2, and Frome has retired. Oh no! So unfortunate from the F3 champion, he lost it in the same place I did last Saturday night. So yeah, bad time for him. But Tom now actually closing in on Pro once again. Looks like he's very strong in sectors 1 and 2, but Pro maybe just a bit quicker in sector 3.
Yeah, and obviously that helps going down the pit straight.
Yeah.
Just do a quicker final corner.
So 3 laps to go, and we've got 11 runners in this race. So if one more person retires, everyone will score points. Even Baker's, despite the kind of race he's had, done 3 pit stops. And we've got a series of penalties, but he could score points depending on what happens in the next 2 laps now. And this is a much better run for Tom.
Yes, this is the closest we've ever seen them. Looking very defensive with his 4 there. In turn 1 is Tom looking on the outside. Is he going to hold it? We couldn't quite just have the door closed on him there by 4. Oh, very nearly lost the back end on the exit of turn 2 as well.
Yeah, and that's probably safe Pro there, unfortunately for Tom. That little tank slapper coming out of that corner. So
yep,
we're now
at the end of the race, and that was only 2 laps left for Tom to get past Pro for P6.
Yeah, so 2 main battles on track. The battle for battle for first place, although it's not really a battle when you consider Odams' penalties, but it's entertaining on track. And the battle for P6. I'm going to say ball with the battle for the lead though. No, Odams is what I do. I'm sure you want to see the checkered flag first. But we'll also see. You will see how this plays out in the final lap of this race. Boys, pitching a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Nickel, I think he's just much better on the coming out the corners, and fortunately for Odams, just can't live with him on those exits. Odams for me on the car is on super soft tyres, but clearly he's not. Otherwise he wouldn't be.
No, he's on softs.
Yeah, but if you go on board with him, he's done super softs, but obviously he's not. It's visual blip and co-mashes again. As they're looking to come up to lap Aaron, I believe, but I think Aaron should probably stay out of the way and shouldn't be getting in the way, but I don't think they'll catch him before the end of the race. But we'll stick on board at the minute. Aaron's got a much better run coming down to turn 13, but too far back really. And look a little bit messy coming out of that corner, but still maintains the lead. As a penultimate corner now, I think Little's going to see the checkered flag and going to take the first victory of the F2 season, and he's proven that he should be in that F1 grid, and it's a very good victory from Lickle. And Odems comes in second place. Lambo closed in towards the end, 6 seconds, but so decent result from him.
And on penalties, he was only 500s away from taking second place at Odems as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. And Greeny comes home in P5. Pro P6, so he beat Tom. Oh, no, Tom! Was that on the line, or did Pro have penalties?
I think it was on penalties. I think Pro beat him by 200ths of a second, but Tom took it on penalties in the end.
And they both beat Greeny actually as well. And Josh comes home in P8 actually on penalties, and Aaron, well, he's just trundling along now. He's got his first point on the F2. He'd be happy with that after that poor start to the race.
Yeah, he was in last place after the first corner. He was the cutting version. Yeah, probably enjoying, I think, the last car on track at the moment.
Yes, definitely. So I think it's been a very entertaining race for the first race of the F2 season, and hopefully we'll see many more races like that in the F2 Championship.
Yep, hopefully there's a very close battle between Lickle and Odems, with Lambo was rather unlucky with the pit stops and then he got stuck behind a slower car for a fair amount of time, but lost him a chance of battling for the lead really. Unfortunate for him, but maybe next race he can come back and fight for the win again.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll get ready for the podium interviews. Maybe help if you suggest. I forgot who it is now. Lambo. I can do the other two.
I don't think I have any of them.
Oh. No, I haven't got anyone. I've got Lickle. I'll see if I can get hold of Aaron. What was Odem's name? Is it VSR Marquez, isn't it? There we go, I found him. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get some interviews and get us thoughts of the drivers here tonight.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. Cooled down a little towards the middle, but then at the end again heated up with the battle for the lead and battle for P6. I think it turned into P5 in the end.
Well, I think in the interest of time, we'll get the interview started. So we're going to start with the race winner, Lico. Congratulations on your victory there. Not a great start to your race, but it was a great recovery. So tell us about your thoughts about how your race went.
Well, just say quick how Odems. Race. But yeah, didn't really get starts. Had a bit of wheel spin. Next thing I see Odin down on my inside. I'm not sure. sure you saw me on the outside, which was equally Odin's soft rate past injuries, but I'm not sure if you saw me. I went on the grass, of course, dropped to third, almost fourth, almost behind Hellboy, but managed to keep that. Just made my way through pack again, like past Lambo, and then eventually managed to get Odin by like a little mistake which cost him. So in all in that, I'm pretty happy. It's a perfect start to the season.
Yeah, good, good. So yeah, definitely.
My voice on do not allow grip.
Oh God.
Oh no. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Do you want me to do it again?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, take two.
All right. So sorry about that, everyone. As I was saying, had a mess start. Shall I say? A lot of wheel spin. Not sure if Odem saw me on the outside, but we'll sort that out after the race, probably. And I dropped a third one with fourth behind Hellboy, but luckily I didn't. And then I made a nice move on Lambo because I was quicker than Lambo, and then pretty much Odem's made a little mistake. I seized on the opportunity, went into the lead, pitted, and pretty much just held my car in simple position. Weren't really like trying to push too hard, just keeping it in medium ERS, standard fuel mix, and just drove it home. Start of the season.
Yeah, but you obviously couldn't maintain that lead. But you picked up.
I think that was an outlier penalties. A lot of the time I'm just trying not to. I'm just trying to make sure the car doesn't, you know, spin before I do anything else. And usually I don't get in because of that fast left right hander, or the second corner where I got all of them. They didn't really weren't really getting me any time. It was just keep the car in check. But yeah, definitely. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So it certainly provided us an entertaining battle. Or when you seen a ferocious battle there, or was you just happy for P2 anyway?
At least cross the line
Yeah.
first. You know, at least have that to and I realized there was much fuel and having to manage the tires and having to drive fast at the same time. It
Yeah.
was all just a mishmash, and almost got him a few times. Yeah, something easy. It was a good battle though.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that P2. Holt, you got any questions for top two before we move on?
Yeah, well, maybe just one about the